Hello everybody, my name is Idani, and I want to explain about you about Asian crisis monetary in 1997. So, before we discuss about the Asian crisis monetary, we should know about the Asian crisis monetary. So, so now I want to explain about you about the introduction. So, in the 1997, Asian monetary crisis was one of the most severe economic crises to hit East and Southeast Asia. So, study in hand, the crisis quickly spread to the other countries such as Indonesia, South Korea, Malaysia, and the Philippines. And the crisis not only caused currency depression and stock market pressure, but also triggered social and political crises in several countries. So, before the crisis, how is the background of the Asian economy? So, in the early 1990s, Asian countries were known as their very high and stable economic growth, or known as the Asian Mirror. Countries such as Thailand, Indonesia, and South Korea enjoy large inflow of foreign investment, trade surplus, and rapid infrastructure development. However, behind the growth, there were structural weaknesses in the economy that had not been fixed. So, there are three factors that causing the crisis. The first, dependence of the short-term loans. So many Asian countries are heavily dependent on foreign loans in short-term funds, especially in US dollars. Second, speculation and overinvestment. The property and the stock sector experienced bubble due to the excessive capital flows. And the third, fixed exchange rate policy. Many countries maintain fixed exchange rate against the US dollar, which is not referred to the real value of their currency. So, and now I want to explain about the crisis chronology. So, it started in July 1997 when the Thailand defroze the baht and abandoned their fixed exchange rate against the US dollar. After that, in the August until October 1997, the crisis spread to Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines with currencies plummeting. And after that, in December 1997, South Korea seeked assistance from the IMF. And in 1998, the political crisis erupted in Indonesia and culminating in the resignation of the president's party. So, how is the economic impact of in the crisis? So first, the currency depression, the rupiah, baht, won, and ringgit exchange rate plunged by more than 50%. Second, mass bankruptcies. Thousands of companies went bankrupt because they were unable to pay their dollar debts. The third, inflation and unemployment. Inflation soared and millions of people are lost their jobs. And the fourth, declining GDP. A wet country experienced significant economic contraction. And how is the social and political impact? So, in Indonesia, the crisis led to major unrest, rising prices, and eventually the fall of the president's martyr regime. In the South Korea, a major economic restructuring and industrial restructuring program occurred. And in the Malaysia and Thailand, there change in economic policy and pressure on the ruling government. And after that, we should know about the role of the IMF and the international aid. So, the IMF or International Monetary Fund provided major bailouts for the affected countries, like Thailand amount $70 billion, Indonesia amount $43 billion, and South Korea amount $58 billion. This aid came with the strength condition, physical testing, structural reform, deregulation, and privatization. And from the IMF aid is are the controversy. So many believe that the IMF condition actually worsened the situation because first, by the tightening in the midst of the crisis is considered counter-empirical. Second, privatization worsened the unemployment. And the third, the economy. The economy's sovereignty of the recipient country is questioned. And after that, after the crisis, and now we have to explain, and now I want to explain about the post-crisis recovery. So the first, Asian countries slowly recovered in the early 2000s. Second, South Korea became a successful example of the economic restructuring. Third, Indonesia experienced a democratic transition and political reform after the crisis. And fourth, many countries shrank foreign exchange reserves and implement the following exchange rate system. And for the conclusion, the 1997 Asian financial crisis was a watershed event that demonstrated how global capital flows, domestic policy, and weak financial institutions can create a major economic collapse. While painful, the crisis provided important lessons that shape Asian economic policy to this day. So, this is the way I can explain about you. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, thank you. Now we are going to have question and answer. Okay, is there any questions from you, Vera? No chat. Okay, look at these ones about the background, Asian economic background before crisis. Okay, according to you, to your own words, what do you know? Or okay, can you give us your short explanations according to your own words? What is crisis or economic crisis?
So, for the
Economic, yeah, economic crisis. According to you, what is economic crisis? According to your own words,
economic
what is crisis? Crisis,
crisis.
yeah, economic crisis.
Oh, economic crisis in when some country
Yeah.
can say their economy not stable,
Yes.
the not stable, like
So there is no stabilizations on
yes,
economics.
there
Okay.
is not stabilization in their course, in their
Okay.
exchange,
Yeah.
and their can say money like
Yep.
in the crisis like
Yeah.
Rupiah has the beat down for the exchange point.
Yeah. And the next one is what is the correlations between economic crisis and political issues in one country?
So
Political issues and economic crisis. What is the correlations?
okay, so like in Indonesia in 1998, when can say many people want President Soeharto to end the the masa menjabat besar,
Yeah.
masa menjabat.
When he led this country,
When
when
many
he
people
led, when
yeah
he led
when
this
many
country.
people want Soeharto to uh, end or over the lead of the Indonesia, it it causes many trouble in many area Indonesia. Can say like demonstration,
Yeah.
kerusuhan apa sih?
Ah.
Kerusuhan,
Um. Brawl. Yeah. Brawl.
brawl,
Yeah.
brawl, and and it causes many company is bankrupt because
Okay. Bankrupt.
they cannot bankrupt because they cannot to sell or they cannot to do their job because of the crisis, because of the demonstration and the apa sih? Yang
Ah.
kerusuhan tadi sih?
Brawl.
Brawl. Yeah,
Okay.
it is the brawl.
Okay, and the next one is according to your own words, what is the negative impact of economic crisis on social environment? It means yeah, in the society, crisis and social environment.
So let's say when it will it will affect to the it will affect to the social environment because why first I can say in that time so many people cannot to go to the work
Yeah,
because of the demonstration, the brawl.
yeah,
It will make so many people scared to out from their house. So first, it will make they cannot earn the money. So when they cannot earn money, they will hard to start sleep because because in that time can say like many kebutuhan apa?
Needs.
Many news are has a price hike.
Okay.
So when they don't have money, they can buy the needs. Second, it will make it will make not believe the society to the
Yeah.
government because of the crisis economy.
Yes. Okay. And the next one is, what is the correlations between economic crisis and currency exchange, especially rupiahs? Go on.
So
According to your point of view.
when it depends on me, can say the correlation of the currency and the crisis is because when the nilai apa?
The value.
The value of the rupiah are crash. It will make when a crash. It will make when we want to buy another uh, currency like dollar.
Okay.
It will be we should pay many like when the exchange like in 1998 when the exchange from the rupiah to dollar from the 2400 rupiah and after the crisis it depends to six 6,400. So it will make our rupiah is are not valuable so from that.
Okay, and the next question is, okay, what are the positive impact and negative impact of IMF, International Monetary Fund?
So
What is the positives and the negative impacts of IMF or International Monetary Fund?
for the positive,
Yeah.
IMF want to help the country when they are in hard time, like they want to uh, give the Thailand amount $17 billion.
Okay.
It can say it help Thailand to recover the
Yeah.
country, but the negative is because the condition,
Yeah.
because the condition is first, the budget tightening in the midst of the crisis is considered contradictory. So because the country can say are in crisis, and then IMF give the help, can say it's so hard for the country to give back the money.
Okay. That is.
And the second is with the because the second condition is the privatization. So because the privatization it will not help to the unemployment people. It
Okay.
will make the worse.
Yeah,
It will
no,
make the
nice explanation. And the next one is, how does a country solve the problems about economics crisis? How does a country solve the economics crisis?
so sir, they will
Yeah.
do the economic restructuring. So because the cause of the crisis is because they is because it's because the inflow of foreign investment, trade surpluses, and rapid infrastructure development. So when there are so when they are restructuring the economy, it will help to make the new policy of economy. Sir. It will help to make the new policy. It will make better in the future. And then like Indonesia, they can say have the restructuring the policy, the politics. So it will help the stabilization of the country. So
Okay.
yes,
Nice. And the next one is, how does a country minimize the risks of economic crisis when it is happening? How does a country, okay, minimize the risks when there is economic crisis in their country or in a country?
so like maybe we say in Singapore.
Yes.
So can say when all the Southeast Asian and East Asian countries
Yeah.
can say Singapore is have a minimum crisis or they then doesn't have many kerugian atau loss.
Yeah.
Uh,
Loss.
so it's because It's because they have a great policy for economics. So like and there I can say like maybe not can say they are not dependent of short-term loans and they can mempertahankan apa?
Surrounded.
They can surrender their currencies, sir.
Okay, and the next question or the last questions. Okay, how does a country prevent the economic crisis? Prevent it means ya mencegah, so it will be not happening. How does a country prevent the economic crisis?
So they should make the
Yeah,
political stable. So or make all the conditions in the country stable.
yeah.
Second,
And how to stabilize? How to stabilize the economy? Okay, one word by one, yeah. Okay, yeah, please answer.
first,
Go on.
in the stable condition,
Yeah.
will make it. It are many points. Like first, stable in the political.
Yes.
Second, stable in society.
It means that the cure is there must be stabilizations in
Yes,
many
sir.
aspects of our
Yes,
country.
sir.
Okay, next one I want to continue.
When
Okay.
when the country can stay stable and the society is stable, it will help the economic growth.
Okay.
The second, they should to have a strong economic policy
Okay.
because when they have a strong economic policy, be make it will make the if many foreign want to invest in Indonesia, it they should too do about they will not get the disaster. They should they should because many can say we heard like many foreign investment I think disrupt the economic policy, sir.
Yeah.
So when the Indonesia make the strong economic policy, it will be help when foreign investment not disrupt the economic policy in Indonesia. And the third, I think they should to take many investor
Yeah.
to investment in Indonesia because the investment are so many are so valuable in Indonesia. Sir.
So it
Globally,
means there are many investments. Okay, it can be drawn many workers.
yes,
Yeah. Because there will be many things to do. Okay, the last questions. How to stabilize the economy in one country? According to your own words.
okay.
How to stabilize? Okay, the point economics. Yeah. How to stabilize the economics aspects in one country?
When it depends on me, are has two aspects.
Yes.
When the country can stable in the political
Yeah.
or in social, it will be make the country stable. And the
Yeah.
second, for the economy, when the currency of Indonesia are stable, or can say the loan and their pendapatan apa?
Income,
Their income are can say seimbang lah,
balance.
balance, it will make too the country will stable.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You did it well. It's okay. Thank you.